Thank you for joining me for another As It Happens scrapbook process video. And today I am working on what I believe is layout number 4 from a combination of two Studio Calico kits. So this is the Walden scrapbook kit and the Underground page kit, Project Life kit, if you haven't been watching the other videos and wonder what all of this is coming from. So today I'm going with the kind of cutesy smiley face kawaii type cloud print. It's an interesting mix with the whole you've got a photograph paper in the background, but then the cutesy on top, and recolored. I think this originally came in a blue, and now in their kit it's in the autumn tones. I'm going to put it with this aqua-y color that was also in the kit. And I decided if this is the cutesy, I'm going to go with a lot of cutesy stuff and see what happens. So I have a really silly photo that I took one day when I was trying out an app someone recommended, which was, you can see down here, B612 is the app. It's basically a cutesy selfie app. It's just for taking selfies, and then you take the picture and it gives you a bunch of options for how you can make it cute. And cute in their terms, it depended on, like in this one it made the edges glow and it emphasized the color and everything. I don't know. It's a silly photo, but it was kind of a happy memory, and I thought, why don't I wasn't sure what to do with the cutesy paper, and then it all just kind of came together. Oh, why don't I use the photo from that cutesy app? I have to admit, I took like 10 pictures with it this day, and then I never used it again. I think it was free. That might be why I was just playing. I'm going to use this polka dot card. I have nothing, despite growing up in a farm town, I have nothing that I'm going to scrapbook that is a literal harvest type theme. So I'm just going to use it as polka dots and build embellishment on top of that or cover that up. And I'm going to make this little clustering here. I thought I might bring in this Project Life card as well, because it's the same color here but more saturated. The print's really small. So that could be cute. I'm not sure which direction I'll make that face. And I have these washi strips. And this one might bring those two colors, the aqua and the orangey color, together. So I think that's where I'm going to start. I think I'll add ink to the edge of this. I wasn't going to, and then I decided on the impulse that I would like it to have a little bit more definition around those edges. So I'll just do these two so that I'm done with that and I can carry on. Okay. I'm not sure where I'm going to put the other half of that doily. I might just use it on another page, or I might put it here. I might not use it at all, but that's where I'm going to start. I'm only going to let half of it show where I know it's going at the moment, so I might as well cut it in half, and then I can use it more if I want to. So, I want that little smile on the cloud there. This photo's curling a little bit, and it's because I tried a different brand of photo paper because it was on sale. Oh, how many times do we fall for that? It's on sale! I might as well give it a try. Yeah, no. It's not so lovely. Maybe I'd go ahead and put the yellow in this grouping right on top there. Going to tuck that on an angle there. Okay. Maybe the hello in the little white spot there. Since I used the brown ink on the edges, I think I'll use brown ink here. Yeah. My other option was to use like a really saturated aqua, almost a turquoise, but I think I'd rather the hello be a little bit more subtle. So do it in brown chalk ink instead. There we go. That's what I was looking for. And what else was? One of these washi strips. The washi strips are the type of product that I would tend to forget to use. So I'm glad that I've been not too bad at remembering to include them. I think I might just run this right down the middle. Boop. Yep. And then some of this tape down the middle as well. I keep having to adjust where I start this tape because I keep taking off the apple cider. Partly because apple cider is a different drink in America than it is here. Now I have nothing against either version, but just so you know, apple cider in America is juice. Apple cider in England is alcohol. And there's just something in my mind that says if I keep putting all these million references to apple cider on pages with the baby, that one day someone will look and be like, really? You just spent the entire autumn of your child's first year drinking apple cider. So there we go. The things that you think about with scrapbook products. So yeah, that's why I keep taking off the apple cider. These seem a little bit more thematic. Right, I think the black diamonds are going to work on this one because I've got the black accents. I almost kind of like the idea of taking the edge of this off and putting it on a sheet of black cardstock. There was not 12 by 12 black in that kit though, so I'll have to see if I actually have any 12 by 12 black. I don't keep a lot of solid cardstock anymore. And I think one of the reasons I don't subscribe to a kit is because to these kits is because of the solid cardstock. I like my patterns, but you knew that already if you've watched more than once, I think. Right, where am I going to go from here? I'm not exactly sure. Maybe pull in this, stamp this in black, use the black accents here. I've got a black washi tape strip there, but I don't think it's going to work very well. I might go back to the Project Life things and see if there's another black graphic that might work. There was one that has text on it, but the sentiment didn't really fit the tone of the page. Just have a quick look. There's blah, 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 but this one, do your best to enjoy your day. I don't know. When I look at that sentiment, it kind of makes me think like that it goes with this sort of page where you're not really having a good day, but you think you have to make an effort to try and enjoy the day, and that doesn't fit here. I'm all happy. It's okay. This one's really nice, and it's black and white, but I quite like the idea of actually putting that one in my Project Life album with the October. So even though that's black and white, I think no. This one fits for the date and everything, but I think these two styles are way too different. Cutesy and kind of elegant photography, simplistic, and of Green Gables-ness. No. Let's just realized that I'm flipping through all of these off camera instead of on camera. Fail. Okay, so I don't think there's anything there that's going to work. I'm going to start with this stamp and go from there. Okay, while this kit did not have black cardstock, it did have that really dark gray cardstock, so I'm going to try that. I've stamped that stamp in, if you can't see, I've done the 2014 option and then a maple leaf and a heart. This stamp has this little rose, but then it has all the different pieces to put in it. And then, so I've done a circle die cut there around the stamp and a pinked circle in the gray. And then I wanted to bring in more of this color, except there really isn't much more to do, much more in the kit with that color that I have left, except more doily. And I just think if I do this, like underneath there, it's just too much, it's too much doily. So some other options. Started going through the Project Life cards and kept coming back to this one, but when I use this, I really just want to use this top bit, and it doesn't fit the theme of this page, but this color is right. It's not exact, but I think if I'm placing it over here, it's going to work, and I'm okay with not bringing, this is almost kind of neon-y, so I'm okay with it being a softer tone. So what I'm going to do is just punch the solid color from the card and then keep the top of the card intact to use that later. So I have a label that I can put with that, and I'll have this smaller label there. And then the other thing that came to mind, because I'm kind of going with all the crazy kooky things in this kit and putting them together, I'm going to try taking the color scheme part here and cutting it off and just using it as an accent piece. I might hate it, but I'm going to try it because I like all the colors together there, and I don't do anything else with those cards, so I'm not worried about losing some sort of creative resource that I have sat there. So I'm just going to start sticking it down and see where it goes. I think I'll put it right above that text. And then figure out where the different pieces could go. I don't want to cover up the blue there. So maybe, I quite like, there's a contour here that, although it's not a circle, is a little bit of an open corner that makes a good spot to frame the edge of that. So if I want to put this in here, I'd rather have the label touching these circles rather than here where I have the open white space there. So go ahead and pop that there. Embellishment placement on things like this, sometimes around this phase it looks really awkward to me, but then if I keep adding more stuff, eventually then it works. So I'm just going to keep doing that. This was that piece that I put aside last time because it said write meow, and I don't have a cat, but it's just sitting there, and I thought, wait, I could just use the write. That would be okay. Wanted to use the black diamond accents. So I can start placing them. I think this one line up so that it's going off the edge of that top corner. That one can go there, and then maybe this one can just cover up the logo from the app on the photo, and then I'll add some text here with a little Project Life stickers. I just had a huge little conundrum with myself about whether this should be you and me or you and I, because it normally would depend on the rest of the sentence, and there's no rest of the sentence. I don't know. The misuse of you and me versus you and I winds me up because it was something that I was not taught properly when I was young. I was taught always I, yeah? And that's not true. Thankfully, I learned this before I became an English teacher. If you take the you end out of the sentence, the rest has to make sense, yeah? So you don't say, oh, of course now I've just put myself on the spot and I can't come up with an example. So you would say you and I are going to the shops, because if you did the sentence without someone else, then it's I am going to the shops. It's not me is going to the shops, yeah? But sometimes the rest of the sentence would be me, and so then you get, it should be me. So there we go. There's no rest of the sentence. I'm just going to have it you and either me or I. So in the end, I did it by how it looked with the stickers, and it came down to the fact that the I on its own, A would need to be uppercase, B just it looked really unbalanced because U was big and then I almost looked like a mistake. So you and me is clear there, but there we go. It has to do with subject-object agreement and all that sort of thing. Okay, carrying on. I wanted to bring in some more of this, so I found one that says nap time, and I thought I might bring in this one that says one day at a time, and maybe that goes up there in the middle with the other vertical strips there. I said I was putting all the cutesy things on this layout, so I'm going to put the last two of these little creature flare badges on this one too. It's going to become a layout of all the random. That's okay. I'm alright with that. In fact, there is a little sticker that says random, so maybe I put that on here too. Why not? I was just thinking, where do I want title and journaling to go? And I'm looking toward this space here, but this space here as well. I might do the journaling here and put the title up in this center bit here and just leave this open. I think that's what I'll do. Title and journaling in place, so I'm nearly finished, but I'm thinking that because it's a layout where there's just basically a lot of random stuff put together, that it needs, I guess what I'm thinking is it needs more random stuff. No, it needs something that's a bit less random. It needs one motif that runs from one side of the page to the other, but these are all quite big elements, and I don't want to make, I don't want to bring in more big things. So I'm going to use some really small hearts in that dark gray cardstock. I've been using this punch a lot lately, and somebody asked on one of the videos what it is. It's the American Crafts mini heart punch. Other than that, I don't really know. It says it is 0.375 inches, and it's pink. But yeah, that's an American Crafts punch. I don't know how old that design is. I'm not quite sure when it first came out, but it punches cute little hearts, and I think that is something that I can scatter across the page. I was going to put it next to the O, like in that little gap there, but then it looked like the heart was the dot to an I, and that's not an I, it's an L, so just moving it to get rid of any confusion. But now I have a little bit of adhesive to rub off my layout. Okay, so maybe one underneath the title as well. To finish this off, I added one more heart way over there on the left-hand side and then a row of 5 below the title because I felt the yellow box in the middle was just a little bit too sparse and needed something to liven up that middle part of the page. Thanks so much for watching. I'd love for you to subscribe if you enjoy my videos and to pop over to Shimelle.com if you want to see more. Have a lovely crafty day.